Hey, what's up? I'm your host, G.I. Jada, and this is Successful Saturdays, where we highlight the endless ways and opportunities that you can find your success. We're interviewing small business owners such as chefs, personal trainers, and real estate agents who are all on different paths of success. Tune in to Successful Saturdays every Saturday at 12 p.m. on the Boss Up Houston Network, where we help you find your success. Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's me, G.I. Jada. Welcome to Successful Saturdays. You're now tuned in to the Boss Up Houston Network. Yes, clap it up. I'm super excited to be here, to be back in action, because it's not my first rodeo. I am really nervous. I have been gone for like 2 months. I know my Instagram followers hate me right now, but I also know they're about to tune in, show love. So welcome. It's a pleasure to just be here, to be somewhere that I always prayed about being when I wouldn't say when I first started this, but when I saw it starting to grow and really take off and really feeling like, wow, this could, potentially be something bigger. So we're going to get into that. I'm just going to take a few minutes to let everyone get tuned in. Please share this video if you're here right now. Okay, I'm going to share it too, actually. Shout out to my mom. I have to send it to my mom because I'm just going to share it, right? Y'all, I'm new to Facebook. So Successful Saturdays started on Instagram. And we'll continue to be on Instagram, but here on the Boss Up Houston Network, we are expanding our platforms, reaching new levels. Okay. I'm in the wrong place. Y'all help me. Leave some comments down below. How do I share? Can you share it when it's live? All right, there we go. All right. I think I shared it. Oh no, I have to say something about it. Live time now. How's everyone feeling today? We're really going to get started here in just a few minutes. I'm really excited to talk to you all. Present. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all my family on the East Coast. My family here in Texas as well. Shout out to my baby Shiloh. So I'm gonna, for those of you all who don't know, give a little brief overview of myself. There my mom goes, y'all. Shout out to my mom. She said VA is watching. We gotta get you on an episode, ma'am. She is a real estate agent, newly in the game, all right? So y'all just stay tuned in and y'all will see her. We're gonna bring her back down to Texas. So like I was saying, I'm gonna give a little brief interview just about myself. I'll give everyone, my Nima is here, everyone is in the building. Shout out to my little sister who's actually about to give me my first little nephew. She said I was here first. Technically, you was not here first. So that's going to kind of roll into who I am, my family. So my name's Jada Vaughn. I'm from Petersburg, Virginia. Shout out to the 804. And I have a lot of family. I'm going to go ahead and start shouting some of them out. As you already know, shout out to my mom. Shout out to my dad. He doesn't have Facebook, but hopefully he's tuned in on YouTube. Or if not, I will get him that information. He's not very tech savvy. But shout out to him. Shout out to my stepdad, Charles, my mom's husband. And shout out to my stepmom, Miss Kathy. All right. So that's just my parents right there. A little background too is I'm a military brat. So my mom and my stepdad, they retired from the Army, and then my dad and my stepmom retired from the Marines. So I am a military brat, me and all of my siblings. Okay, shout out to my older sister, Jasmine. She don't really be on Facebook, so I'm not sure if she's gonna tune in. Do me a favor, go in the group chats family and let everyone know to get on here. This is a big day for me, okay? So I come from military parents. I myself am in the military, all right? They don't call me G.I. Jada for nothing. I serve in the Army Reserves, and I do human resources. 42 Alphas lead the way. There goes my mom. All right, so shout out to my little sister, Jaren. She's tuned in right now. I'm directly in the middle. Then we have my little brother, Marcus. Shout out to him. He gonna be in the NBA. That's what he gonna be. And then shout out to my stepbrother, who's also here in Houston with me. So I currently reside in Houston. All my family's in Virginia. His name is DJ. Shout out to DJ. And like I said, shout out to my baby Shiloh, all right? Shout out to his dad, Rakeem, a.k.a. Rocky Banks. Y'all go check that out. That's more little preview of what's to come on Successful Saturdays. And when I get to the part where I talk about some previous episodes, like, he was definitely one of the first people to come on here with me. So I'm really big on family. I spend a lot of time with my family. Shout out to all my family here in Houston. All right, we got Andrea Young, we got Richard Young, Casey Williams, Jillian Williams. These are all, like, just remember these names, okay? Because my family, they all are spectacular people. And they are business owners and entrepreneurs and everything great. So what I do, I touched on it a little bit. I am currently in the Army Reserves. My station actually just mobilized me, so I'm full-time on active duty orders doing human resources. I'm not going to tell y'all where I'm stationed because I'd just rather not. And I'm also a mom. We got little baby Shy, the one and only. Everyone asks me, like, am I going to have more kids? I don't know. I do sometimes have baby fever. I'm going to, you know, practice with my nephew. Right, exactly. They don't know what that is, but what else about me? Like I said, I usually don't talk about myself. I've done tons of things. I've gone to school, currently still pursuing a degree in business. I feel like an overall entrepreneur. I've been into modeling. I have started my own clothing line, which is also still in the works. It's a military-inspired clothing line, actually called 42 Alpha. So you guys definitely be on the lookout for that. These are all things that I'm going to have the pleasure of working on and expanding on here at the Boss Up Houston Network. So shout out to them. Why I started. So the reason, well, I don't want to get too deep into the main reason why I started. That's going to come later. But the reason just in general why I started this platform is to give other people an opportunity, business owners, small business owners, as you guys heard, anywhere from chefs to real estate agents to personal trainers, musicians, whatever business, whatever industry you're in, to, you know, give you a platform to promote yourself, to teach others about different things. Because one thing, just like I said, I've done a lot of things in the past. I've worked in the food industry, all different types of customer service job, really just like an overall people person, and just traveling around as a military brat, came across a lot of different people, you know, a variety, a plethora. Um, we all kind of have some similarities in a sense, but we're all pretty much different. And I just wanted to highlight that, you know, and no matter what route you decide to choose, that you can be successful in it. You know, whatever it is that you do, you can be the best at doing it. And you can be the most, you know, successful at doing it if you just learn how. That's really it. A teaching platform, um, and like a little bit of both. It's a double ended. You know, the people that watch, they learn, and the people that are on here, they expand, and they reach people that they may not have reached if they were not on here. So I have like a really big vision for Successful Saturdays, and just like I said, being able to take it here to the next level. Um, is a blessing, like everything I prayed for. So the nerves have already subsided. I'm feeling like, girl, you got this. But keep sharing, please. Keep inviting your people to watch. And I'm trying to think if I left anything out about myself. Oh, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I'll definitely answer. One thing I want to do, actually, I got a little bit ahead of myself. I want to open up with a word of the day, because not only am I really big on family, God is a really huge part of my life as well. So I want to open up with a word of the day, and it's going to just come right out of the Bible app. It's the verse of the day. And the verse of the day is from John 15, verse 4. It says, "Remain in me as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me." So that's John 15, verse 4. It's actually like one of my favorite verses. When I went to go look at it today to see, you know, to get prepared, and it was already a verse of mine that I've highlighted, and it basically is saying that you have to stay close in God. You have to stay in the Word. So another thing that I do is I host a weekly devotional every Wednesday with my Revived Soul Sisters. So ladies, if you're interested in joining a group of like-minded women, positive women, God-fearing women, and to grow with us and to kind of just have a safe space, you know, the idea, my friends, the creators of the group, they actually asked me to do this because they really liked my Successful Saturdays and how I ran it, and how I remained so consistent throughout the pandemic, throughout the whole year, and I think a half that I did it, just until recently, taking a very short break. So I host that. They asked me to do that, and their main goal for the Revived Soul Sisters was just to give women a platform and a safe space to come together to not only worship, but to just reset for the week, you know, hump day, you know, how can we all get over this together? Because like I said, people, yeah, we're all different, but we share a lot of similarities. We go through a lot of the same things, same struggles, in a sense, maybe not to the T, but we definitely wanted a place where the ladies could come in and talk about it, you know, and get that reassurance, and know that if you stay, like this says, remain in me as I also remain in you, no branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. So you have to stay close with God. You have to stay in the Word, in the Scripture constantly. Easier said than done. It takes some time. We've been also doing this group now for, I want to say, about a year, if not, we're coming up on a year. Consistently every Wednesday we get on here and we learn. We actually learn, we get into the Word, and then we discuss and we relate to each other, and we give testimonies, you know, things we have gotten over, things we're currently going through. So like I said, if you are a woman interested in that, reach out to us for more information. And I did my all about me. Like I said, I was supposed to start with the Lord. but the Lord knew my heart. I was a little nervous and I kind of jumped the gun. But we're going to go ahead and take a small commercial break. We have some interesting information we want y'all to check out. Continue to share. If you need a little break, you need to go get some water. Now is your time to do this, and we'll be back on Successful Saturdays.
Stay up. Where we look up, stay up.
Our new house is amazing. Great street, huge yard.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save even more.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Peter.
Touche! What?
Tongue out.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
If you like this video, please share it.
And hit the subscribe button to watch more great Geico videos if you... Hey, guys, can you please watch the begonias? Just planted those.
Sorry.
Meridate is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you. Shout out to everyone who's still rocking with me thus far. All right. I want to talk a little bit about finding my success, because here on Successful Saturdays, I'm here to help y'all find y'all's success. But how do I find my success? And it all starts with motivation. That's the first thing that I talked about was what motivated me to start this journey. And my friends, okay, so I talked about family. I'm big on family. God, my friends play a huge part in my life as well. They're my cheerleaders. They keep me going. They hype me up. And they definitely motivated me to start this journey because all of them are so talented. When we get into the part where I go more into depth about past shows, a lot of these people are my friends. Like, I know them in real life from some part of the world, just wanting to support their brands, wanting to highlight their talents, kind of just show them off. Like, I am proud of them, still proud of them. And it motivated me to say, okay, I can give them an opportunity to grow their brands, to network with more people. And I can honestly say that over a course of a year, even with just in the last few months, I've had people from this part of the world connect with people from this part of the world, and now we're all on, you know, social media supporting each other's stuff. That was like really when I started to see that, like, oh, I interviewed this person and this person tuned in and they really connected and they really hit it off. Now they're collaborating on things together. They're posting each other's pages, they're commenting, they're all of that. And I was just like, wow, like that's so, that is so cool. So that was definitely like a motivation of mine. Even my siblings, you know, we're all so different. We all took different avenues in life and still very inspired and very proud of each one of them. So like I said, I would love for them to be on here in the future. And I'm gonna let y'all know that these are questions that I ask my guests when they come on. So I'm like, they want me to introduce myself, talk about myself for an hour. Why not me answer these questions and be on the other side of that? I should have got someone to come interview me today. How about that? We'll have that episode coming up. What are some difficulties that I've faced along the way? Because it hasn't always been easy. Like in the beginning, it was fun. I'm not gonna say I didn't put much thought into it. I did have to plan. I did have to run it like a business, but it was so new and I had so many ideas and it was just really fun. Then you start running into problems, technical issues, problems, you know, like internally that I had to deal with myself. Just to name a few. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, when I really sat back, like I said, and was like, wow, this can really be something, like trying to be more strategic, ran into some difficulties of, you know, what can I do that'll really still fit my brand and like be myself. But I had to use my resources around me, a lot of them being my friends. Some of my friends, that's what they do for a living as well. They take businesses, you know, to the next level, consulting, if you will. So I had to take some advice from my peers, you know, look into what they were doing, being open to changing some things, just being teachable, you know, not thinking that I know everything. And I always to myself would learn new things, even about my friends, people that I thought I knew everything about. I would always learn new things from them. The most difficult, even within the last few months, when I was still going live on my own, was like the technical issues. That was like a really big hurdle. It could be a little discouraging when you're in the middle of an interview and you lose the whole thing. Luckily, like I said, my friends, they want the best for me. I literally had a girl, my friend, redo a whole interview. Like we did the whole thing. I lost it at the very end, and then a couple hours later we were back on there doing the same thing again. And it's like things like that you have to just pick up and you have to keep going. And then another, I would say the most difficult thing would just be me being in my own way, having doubts, you know, thinking like, oh, you know, does people even really care about this? But it would never be for very long, very small moments, because I had people in my corner telling me how great it was, how much they appreciate what I do. So that kept me going. But just as far as like, how can I take it to the next level was very difficult, and definitely when I have problems that would make me just, you know, want to give up, like, oh, nobody will care if I don't, you know, come on this Saturday. And just life gets in the way, especially when you're an entrepreneur or, you know, you're trying to build something from the ground up, because I still had jobs. I still worked for people. I had schedule changes. I had changed my time from going live early in the morning every day till not going live until like 5 p.m. And those things, you know, I paid attention to the responses I would get during both times. So, you know, just learning, moving on. I don't want to get too deep into it. So how did I overcome them? I kept going. I didn't give up. I just rolled with the punches, literally. stuff would be happening live. And it's just like, you have to keep going because it's really important information. And I had to just have patience and not force things. If it wasn't meant to be, then it wasn't meant to be. But if it was, it would go maybe not how I wanted it to go, because I'm really not in control. I just try to be prepared. So overcoming all those difficulties was just being prepared, having a backup plan. Like I said, keep going. That's really the only way you can fail, is if you just completely quit and give up. So that's what I have for y'all on that. If y'all have any feedback for me, if y'all want to share some things, like I said, the comments are open, the chat is open. What is my most proud accomplishment? Honestly, being here on the Boss Up Houston Network is by far my most proud accomplishment of Successful Saturdays, even though, like, I'm comfortable because I feel like I'm just in my room. I'm just in my room talking to myself, talking to the screen per usual. But when I really sit back and I see the lights and I see the camera and we're yelling action, I've got my team that's behind me. Shout out to y'all. They're doing their thing. We're all working as a team. Like, then I'm on this platform. So it's just like, this is by far my most proud of accomplishments. But I had many. Even my second month of doing this consistently, I think it was my second month, I did a whole celebratory episode about it, because I was really like, wow, I've been doing this 2 months every Saturday, not missing a Saturday. And people recognize that. And that's the one thing, even my mom just said it, like, my consistency, not to like toot my own horn, but because it's really one of the most consistent things I've ever been in my life. If we want to get a little real here, get a little transparent, I've picked up so many different projects, so many things I want to do, thinking like, oh yeah, this is the one. I would dive head on, like just blow the whole scene up, making it a big deal, and then 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, I'm like, no, I'm not feeling this. Even with school has been an on and off challenge for me, because it was just hard for me to stay consistent and like ignore the distractions. Like, you literally have to have like a tunnel vision, you know. But that's how I knew that I was definitely passionate about this, because I didn't want to stop doing it. Every Saturday, every week, I'm looking for people to interview. And what do I aim to accomplish in the future? Definitely taking now not only Successful Saturdays to the next level. Boss Up Houston Network, everybody, we're all gonna go to the next level. We're all gonna get bigger. We're gonna get more, you know. We make do with what we have right now, and that was one thing too. When I was just on my own, I made do with what I had at the moment. I was grateful. I was grateful for my little ring light, my little phone stand, and my people that would get on an interview, you know. But now I'm gonna actually be bringing people in, open up so many other avenues that we'll get into a little bit later. And before we go to break, again, I want to say, what does success mean to me? Well, success to me is helping the next person be successful. So in short and in simple, because I want to stay on time, I'm gonna just say that true success is helping other people be successful. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. We're gonna go to a short break, so we'll be back. Don't go nowhere. Keep sharing this.
What are you doing here? Red Table Talk, the Estefans. Time to take the table to a whole new place.
It's coming to Miami.
3 different women, 3 different generations. We're loud, we're proud. Let's go.
We're talking about relationships, love, sexuality.
Oh my gosh. We all know that you are fuerte.
Yes, I'm a tough woman, but I'm very vulnerable.
Like muchas Latinas.
In order to move forward, you have to go to those places.
I like boys. I like girls. I like both.
Honesty will set you free.
We are putting all of that on the table.
Red Table Talk, the Estefans.
Be a part of the conversation. Only on Facebook Watch.
great show on Boss Up Houston Network. Have you heard? They're bossing up, okay? And I heard they're looking for you. Any podcasters, talk show hosts, if you're a writer or producer, we definitely need you. Come aboard and boss up.
Are you a small business owner that is struggling to promote your company?
Our topic today is, what's your status?
Shoot the dice at this point.
You just shoot the dice. Roll the dice.
So...
Yes.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's attorneys.
Victoria Blanco. I love it. Imagine being televised on a national platform. How about being a host or sponsor on a syndicated podcast? Or being featured on exclusive promotions and interview for your product to your ideal customer? Hi, I'm Kayla Sneed, and I'm head of sales with Boss Up Houston. And here at Boss Up, we like to help small business owners and entrepreneurs advertise, promote, or become a sponsor for one of our television, podcast, or radio shows. All you have to do is click the link down below to see if you qualify. I'll be seeing you soon.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Successful Saturdays. Cheers with my imaginary wine glass. And that's one thing y'all will learn about me that I love. So I just want to get into a successful recap. That's what we're going to call it. I started this on Instagram Live. So one thing, if you are on Instagram and you don't follow me, you can go ahead and do that at g.i.jada. That is my Instagram. So I started it on just going live on Instagram, sharing it to my IGTV. So there's a tab on there where you can go to IGTV, you can sort it by the series, and you'll see it. It's called Successful Saturdays. And the very first interview that I ever did was with my good sis, Jasmine Brown. Shout out to Jasmine and Janelle Brown. They're twins, and they're both entrepreneurs and have businesses that you'll see. But we went live about Forex. So that's another thing that I do. I'm a foreign exchange investor in the foreign exchange market. And sometimes I forget I do all these things. So let's just act like I said that earlier. And then what do? I invest in Forex, foreign exchange, currencies, crypto, and stocks too. We trade stocks. It's a little different than actually investing in the stock market. But so my first episode was about Forex. That's really how Successful Saturdays started. And what's crazy was that I was going to call it Forex Fridays. I'm laughing about this now because I'm kind of cringing. Like, I'm so glad I didn't do that. I'm not knocking anyone that does that. But I just was like, that's not all that I do. I do so much more. And I have friends that do so much more. So that's when it became like, let's do it on Saturdays and let's have a different topic. But let's start with this Forex one because we were growing our business then. So I did some network marketing, another thing that I don't know if I'm still into, but it's how it started. So we talked about Forex. People have a lot of questions. I definitely will have that topic still on Successful Saturdays. I'm laughing at y'all's comments about Successful Saturdays, about Forex. So definitely if you have a business that you're growing and you're building and you want to reach out to more people, definitely let me know because I am educated in more so the trading side of it. I could teach y'all a thing or two myself. So really excited to still talk about that, but it's just crazy. I was literally going to do Forex Fridays every Friday, and I'm like, that's just too repetitive for me. I'm a little bit more spontaneous, want to talk about different things. But that's really how it started. So I wasn't, like I said, I didn't sit down and come up with this whole plan. It it kind of changed. I don't really know how to explain it. And then some past interviews that I've done, if you want to see them, if you want to, you know, check out and see the evolution, you know, because it started with me, literally, I would just prop the phone up in my kitchen or in my living room and interview people, have them tune in. It was during the pandemic as well, so that was another thing. People were, you know, trying to stay afloat throughout the pandemic. People are getting laid off from their jobs, can't go to work because they're sick or have, you know, they're not an essential worker or they don't want their family, they have small children. So it was a lot of hustle and bustle during that time when, you know, people were jumping into, I got into Forex before the pandemic. Actually, I was pregnant with my son, and people were jumping into that because they wanted to add another stream of income to their pockets. And me and my friend Jasmine, who still I would consider us Forex educators. I wouldn't really say I'm a financial advisor because it's something that I need myself. But I can, you know, show you how to take a trade. So basically, we wanted to expand that knowledge, and we decided to do that. My very first episode, I think it was June 19, 2020. I can't remember the exact day. Maybe May. Maybe, I think it was May. I want to say it was May. So that's how it started. And since then, I've interviewed mostly people that I know, my friends, people that my parents, some of y'all may know them. If you go check out my Instagram right now, G.I. Jada, and check out that Successful Saturdays tab, you can see. And then I would say literally my second episode was with Raheem. He came on there to talk about his music. We were on a family vacation in Galveston. We were having technical difficulties there, but it was very great. Everyone tuned in to hear Rocky Banks, you know, drop knowledge about the music industry and things. And then from there, it just grew and grew and grew. I was interviewing a different one of my friends every Saturday, makeup artist. Shout out to one of my friends who is a makeup artist, but she also incorporates mental health. And she's actually been on there twice. She's been on Successful Saturdays. I've done giveaways. So we do have the Successful giveaways, which is like another opportunity, another way that you can collaborate with me to get your brand out there and to also give back. And that's another thing. I always want to give back to my supporters, the people that have watched in, the people that tuned in every single Saturday. And actually, funny enough, is how I got here. One of my friends, shout out to Steph, she's behind the scenes right now, tuned in every single Saturday. She did not miss a Saturday. And actually, I want to do an episode with her, so I won't go into too much detail. But just know she's a huge part. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now. So, and let's see. So I did a giveaway, to get back onto the giveaways. Successful giveaways. The very first one I did was multiple business owners that sponsored the giveaway, and it was all people that have been on there. I think I had like one bonus sponsor who hadn't been on the actual show yet. It's just because she wasn't comfortable. So that's okay. If you are a business owner or you have a brand, you have a service, you sell something, anything, there's other ways now definitely that you can get your stuff on Successful Saturdays without having to actually be here in person. But for the most part, everybody had been on the show before. They had, you know, viewers, people knew them, and they sponsored a giveaway just to give back to, like I said, everybody that's not only watched the show, but because of the show, they engaged with them, whether they bought something from them, gave them a follow, gave them a like, gave them a repost. You know, it's the little things, especially when it comes to your friends. Like, we do it for these celebrities and stuff, so why not? So we just wanted to thank them, and each person sponsored. I want to say we had, shout out to my girl Haley from Medosa Health. She had CMOS. She's done another giveaway too. She's been on twice. So, and that's, I like to see the growth. So a lot of people that were on me, like those very first episodes, later, 9 months down the road, came back, and you could see the growth. You could see where they've added. You could see where they elevated in their business. So she had her, at the time it was just the CMOS. We had a book. So shout out to one of my best friends, Denisha, who was doing Get That Work at the time, every week she would be on there reading us affirmations. And she had a book that she would read from, and everyone loved that book. So we put that into the giveaway. The business that wasn't on the show, but had a line of head wraps, and then during the pandemic, she started making face masks. So we put in a face mask, and I'm missing some. Oh, shout out to my friend Chloe from Lady Free Vibe Entertainment. She put in a sweatshirt. So it was like, and we sent it all as a basket. So I definitely like want to do more stuff like that. Chloe has also been on here twice, maybe 3 times now. And you will see more of her, because I am gonna, talk about what you can expect moving forward after this short commercial break. Y'all stay tuned, keep sharing, and we're gonna come back and get into just what y'all can expect moving forward and how you can be a part of Successful Saturdays yourself. So thank y'all so much, and we'll be back.
Boss up, Yusha, you know why? Right here.
Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
I'ma keep on rock. Keep on rock. I won't stop rocking till I retire.
We're gonna be kings, T.
Stay up, boss up. Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up.
tuning in to my very first episode. Even if you're not watching it live, I thank you. Continue to share, and just spread the word. I want to back it up a little bit, going back to the recap, because I'm really up here thinking, like, it's just so much that I've done. I don't want to leave anybody out. But y'all are just going to have to really go catch up for more. But I want to talk about an event that I had the opportunity, had the blessing to host for my friend Chloe, who was one of the sponsors in the first successful giveaway that I did. And this was like, even though I am a host of This Is My Show, this was the very first legit opportunity that someone came to me and said, hey, I have this going on. I want to do this event and I want you to host it. And I was just like, you know, that was another confirmation for me that I was on the right path and that, like I said, I could really, you know, do this and take it to the next level. So she asked me to host. She's an artist. She does music and she also has a brand. And she does a lot of collaborations with her best friend, who is more so like a visual artist and a stylist. So I had the two of them on, it was a meet and greet. So that was her idea. She's like, I want to do this meet and greet, you know, and I want you to host it. And I was just like, wow, thanks. So that's, for me, like I said, another confirmation. And then from there, I was like, okay, so, you know, not only can I be successful hosting my show, I can host other things, host other events. It was actually not too long after that where I started, I found this app. I can't remember the name of it, but I applied on there to, like, you know, host some stuff. I forgot, maybe I was watching a YouTube video, but I'm like, put like, yeah, I'm a host. I can host this, this, and that. This is my price. It was a really high price. I probably jumped the gun a little bit. Never heard anything from them. I don't even know if the app was real. I just like big on taking chances. And like I said, it was confirmation for me that I could make it do what it do with the hosting. So I did that. I just recently, a few of you may have saw my actually first real event on the Boss Up Houston Network is I host the Empowerment Telethon. So if you didn't get a chance to see that, you can run that back when we get off of here. It's on the page, and you can contact us if you have any questions or you can't find it. Just let me know. I'll send it to you. So that was an empowerment telethon. It was very great. Shout out to everybody that was on there, all of the speakers, the ministers, the pastors, the authors. Like, it was great. I actually couldn't believe I was like in the room with so many decorative people. You know, although I have accomplishments of my own. My mom had mentioned, like, oh, don't forget about your military accomplishments. But you know what I've been wanting to do, actually, before I even started Successful Saturdays? I wanted to, because I have a YouTube channel, y'all get all this information, do an episode where I talked about, you know, the military, my experience, because people, a lot of people more than not, you know, they don't really know about the military, have any affiliation with the military. So just me growing up in that life, kind of already knowing, it's like, why not spread the knowledge to someone else and going through it myself, you know, what my experience was like. People ask me all the time, like, oh, what do I need to do to join the military? So we'll talk about that. We'll get into that. That can be a whole little episode of its own. So we had the meet and greet that I hosted. We had the Empowerment Telethon here on the Boss Up Houston Network. Shout out to everybody who's ever given me an opportunity. I'm just laughing because I'm nervous, but I know it's a big step, a stepping stone, and will take me to the next level where I want to be. And another thing I want to go back to with that is, if I had to give someone else advice or, you know, encouraging words, that's another thing I ask my guests when they come on here, like, what would you tell somebody else? And I would just tell you to believe in yourself and listen to yourself. Listen to, you have this inner voice in a sense, like, and follow it, and don't be scared to set, you know, boundaries or speak up for things that you want, because it's still something I'm working on, struggling with. I was in sales before, and I'm like scared, you know, to ask people to give me a sale. And it's like, you have to ask for what you want out of life. What's the worst someone can tell you is no. And, you know, there's a lot of people that do a lot of things, but don't let that discourage you. Like if you're a hairdresser or you want to be a hairdresser, don't be scared by the fact that there's already so many hairdressers in the world, because for one, they be booked, okay? We need more hairdressers in the world. And just like I said, listen to yourself, like not to the point where like you think you know everything or you can't take even this advice that I'm trying to give you, but in a sense where at the end of the day, nobody's gonna like care about your stuff more than you care about it. So just remember that. You gotta apply the pressure. Everyone else is only gonna apply as much pressure as you apply. So you gotta apply the most pressure. Okay, so some things you can expect to see in future shows are interviews, mainly interviews. That's a huge part of what Successful Saturday is. Like I said, it started during the pandemic, so all of my interviews were virtual. People would just tune in from anywhere in the world, which we still have that opportunity to do so as well. But the main thing about growing the show and being on the platform is that we're going to be bringing people in to actually sit down and interview with them in person. I feel like that was going back to like some difficulties, not really difficult, but it was discouraging to not really be in the presence of, you know, the person that I was talking to. But luckily, like I said, a lot of these people I knew, like I know them in real life. They're my friends. So, but when people have good energy, like you can feel that. So whether it's virtual or in person, like we gonna do an interview, okay? And it's gonna be so great. You can advertise here on Successful Saturdays. So that's another big thing. If you aren't able or until you are able to come and do an interview with me, definitely we have the opportunity for you to advertise your business, your brand, your talent, whatever it is that you do that you want people to know about. Hit us up. Let us help you. Those are the words I'm looking for. All right. I'm going to be highlighting too every week just successful businesses in general here in Houston. Like I said, I am based in Houston, so the local successful businesses as well as in other parts of the world too. But I do want to focus here in Houston because my whole journey, I've had people in other places. I want to grow my network here. So we'll be highlighting, collaborating with those. So if you're watching this and you have a business here in Houston and you'd like to be on the highlights of the week, it's going to be weekly, definitely let me know. The same with just successful people. You know, that could be an influencer or a motivational speaker or a teacher of some sort, like how, you know, me and my friend were talking about Forex. Just whatever it is, you may not have like a concrete something to show or something to sell. It's just you, yourself, like you're successful. Come let us know how. I'm still learning. And we're going to have successful entertainment on here. So entertainers, whether you're a singer, you just write songs, spoken word, if you're an artist, like if you paint or if you build things, if you do comedy, like there's so many things that I'm into. We'll have that here on Successful Saturdays. Expect that every week for us to highlight something, and those you can tune in, you know, virtually. We'll like, don't be scared because you don't live here to reach out. All right, we're definitely gonna get that going. And another thing I will be looking forward to for Successful Saturdays, if you want to help grow the platform as a whole, is sponsorships. So if you want to sponsor Successful Saturdays, if you want to sponsor the Boss Up Houston Network, that's another way to get your brand, get your name out there. And you don't want to miss out. We're going to be involved in some pretty big things, important things for the community. You know, we want to give back. So looking for sponsorships as well. So I think I've touched them all: sponsorships, advertising, doing an interview. And if you are an entertainer, you want to have that. Those are going to be weekly. So always looking for people. And my time here is pretty much coming to an end now. It wasn't as bad as I was anticipating. For those of you who like are still watching or have even made it this far, can we talk about this turtleneck I got on? Can we talk about this turtleneck? They laughing in the back because, let me tell y'all, moment of transparency. So I struggle with eczema. So if y'all have any remedies or anything, I've tried everything. I've been to doctors. I'm going to go back to my dermatologist, but I struggle with eczema. And these last couple of days, I had a really bad breakout. It's all over my neck, hence the turtleneck, my chest, my arms. So I had to cover up. I was a little insecure about it. It's something that I've struggled with my whole life, since I was little, and the doctors would always say, oh, you'll grow out of it, you'll grow out of it. I'm grown now. How much more grown do I have to get? Like, I'm ready for it to go. But I hadn't had anything like this in a while, but I think it's a sign. I think it's God telling me to calm down, because I have been a little stressing about this. I don't know why I was so nervous to come on here today. I'm really now I'm warmed up. Now I'm ready for next Saturday. I feel right at home. So that's just a little backstory about the turtleneck. I had to cover up. So let me know if y'all know any businesses that with products that I need to invest in. Please help us out. But again, I thank y'all for watching. I don't have much more to say. I think that's really all I got until next time. I talked for a long time. I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself because I was like, how am I going to do this? I like to feed off of other people's energy. And I also just think I have a super annoying voice. So like, shout out to y'all too for even wanting to come on here and see me and listen to me talk. But with that being said, y'all have a great, great rest of your day. Have a successful Saturday, a successful week, okay? And be ready to come back, tune back in, keep sharing this. It will be on other platforms. If you want to get in touch as well, the Boss Up Houston Network, they have an email box. You can reach out to them. It's going to be in the comments below if you want to go ahead and take a screenshot of that. I'll save it for later, but we will see you all next week. Thank you. Hey, what's up? I'm your host, G.I. Jada, and this is Successful Saturdays, where we highlight the endless ways and opportunities that you can find your success. We're interviewing small business owners such as chefs, personal trainers, and real estate agents who are all on different paths of success. Tune in to Successful Saturdays every Saturday at 12 p.m. on the Boss Up Houston Network, where we help you find your success.